Hi, I'm Katie McClelland from De La Soul Yoga, and this is a video tutorial on Bird of Paradise. So stand with your feet a little wider than hips width apart, turn the toes out slightly, and start by coming into a squat. From here, place your fingertips on the ground, and then I would turn the heels out a little bit so the feet are more parallel for this beginning stage of the pose. And what I'm going to do here, I'll show you how to approach it first with a modification and then moving into the full position. So I'm going to take my right arm, and the focus is on getting that shoulder snuggled in really close to the right knee. And I might just take my hand to the outside of the ankle and then toss this left arm behind my back as high up towards the shoulder blades as possible. I'm looking past my left shoulder. I might start to work my hamstring flexibility a little bit by straightening the left leg. And then keeping that close contact with the shoulder and the knee, I might also try to work on straightening the right leg. Okay. From here, if you can internally rotate this arm and clear the elbow and bring the arm all the way around, you can look for your fingers here or maybe even grab hold of your left wrist. And I always spend a few moments with my students just holding this. So working the spinal rotation, again, hamstring flexibility, and keeping that right shoulder in really close to the right leg. You don't want to let there be a big gap here. That puts the shoulder in a really vulnerable position, especially if there's been a previous shoulder injury. So that's got to be a priority, is no space there between the leg and the arm. Okay, we're ready to move into our balance. So I'm going to look down at my left foot, turn the left toes out a little bit. I'm squeezing my belly and the pelvic floor, and the right foot drags towards the left. Now, what I do here is when I stand up, the right leg lifts itself. So I'm using my right hip flexors to lift the right leg. I've still got that shoulder in nice and snug to the thigh. And then the last little step is to maybe kick that leg out and maybe even turn the gaze towards the left. To come out of it, you bend the knee, and then you have to hinge forward from the hips. So I'm keeping all of this as one solid unit, okay? Because if you try to stay upright but you pull the leg down, again, you're yanking on that shoulder, really putting it in a vulnerable position. So I've got my bind, and when I come out of it, I hinge forward from the hips, my butt goes out behind me, and I set the foot down, and I go right back into my squat position without losing that contact. If I wanted to modify, I could go from here, and then simply drag the left foot forward. And as I start to stand, I would just take my arm out and hold the shin and practice finding my balance here. Okay, and then I would hinge from the hips to come back down and finish in a squat. So that completes the tutorial for Bird of Paradise. Namaste.